Hello everybody, my name is Zelinator and welcome back to Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld episode 427. 427, like Stanley Parable. I have red dust torches and red dust repeaters on me for reasons of... That's loud, I gotta turn that down on my end. For reasons of I don't entirely remember. How about we go and find out what we were last working on? It was something off in this direction, and I saw that line there and thought, don't tell me that's another chunk that just felt like popping into existence. Thankfully, it's just the wool wall, of which I don't know if I'll ever update, because, maybe I did update. I need to look at that. I gotta fix that wall. I have plans. I have plans to just put fences up. What was left to do on the Zelinaco? I'm trying to remember. There was also the whole power system, and I got the lights for the record farm, but I ran out of dust for the return signal. That's what I was missing. I don't like how this pathway just sort of stops, but I'm pretty sure there's a chunk border. Yep. You know what I could do? I have two separate paths here. If I really wanted, I could just combine them. Howdy, howdy. Farlands Explorer, I feel like you haven't been here in a long time, unless I'm totally not remembering. Anyways, yes, howdy, Paul, welcome back. I am indeed the real Zelinator. Up until the day that I die, and someone replaces me with an AI commentary. Howdy, Ian. I can't help you feeling miserable. If it's a nasty head cold, what kind of colds are there? Are there colds that are not in your head? Alright, what do I want next? If I wanted, I could acquire some more honeycombs, make another nest, but we're still sitting at... I don't remember how many bees we have. That's not good. Oh wait, I have the bone meal on me, hold on. Can I just grab a couple of these real fast? Alright, bees, don't tell me they all went away. Come on, I was barely gone for such a short amount of time. Anyways, it's nighttime. We'll catch some Z's, reset the weather timer, except the bed's over here. I gotta find the bed. I don't know where it ended up. There's my bed on the far side of the record farm. So it's a cold that's all in your head. So it's psychological. Did you trick yourself into being sick? Maybe your brain is playing tricks on you. Alright. Hello. No. Okay. Let's see. It's more like a headache. Oh. I'll take that, thank you. Of which the texture has to be changed because tomorrow is 1.16. That means I have to update the resource pack for 1.15. Oh well, we'll deal with that later. Yeah, I was kind of hoping a few more bees would pop out since as soon as I walked over here, a bunch of them were flying around. And of course, as soon as I get the stuff to make more, they say, never mind. Alright, well, what we gotta do is go track down more red dust. Question is, where? Where do we find the red dust? I'm thinking perhaps the 1.1 area. Do you need something from me? Oh, guess not. So we'll be heading over to the 1.1 area since I'm satisfied with the beta 1.8 and 1.9 area that we explored. So we'll head off in that direction. Getting into Endev some more, I see. I'm hungry. Nom nom nom. And that is a good reminder because we're gonna have to stockpile more food before we head out. And grab some shulker boxes. I have my sleeping bag on me. My tools are in good enough condition, relatively. Alright, well either way, we'll keep going. Oh, Iron Golem's at work. Thank you for your service. Do. Thank you for the slime balls. At some point I'll have enough to finish the bounce castle thingy that I started. And am I done with the record farm? No, I'll leave it as in progress because I still need to finish the return signal. I feel like Notch decided the perfectly smooth island was very boring, so he said, let's have more noise. And then I come along and say, let's have less noise. Let's smooth this out. Because at some point, you just get this giant wave, essentially. Alright, so what red dust goes here? Oh, wait, what? I have an extra 21 blocks? Hold on, how long has that been in here? Never mind. We'll probably still have to go mining, but I want to finish the redstone first. Then I can cross the record farm off on the bounty board. I guess we're not going exploring just yet. Yawn. I say as if it's been a long day. After a busy weekend, I worked more on music for my Triangle game this morning. It's hard, but thankfully this is the last track. And then no more. I don't have to make any more music again. Yay! Alright, we are looking for the tunnel. The tunnel I need to go down. Do I have it on this side, or do I have to enter from the other way? That's blocked off. That's also blocked off, which means presumably I'll have to go around. Oh wait, hold on. Where's my way out of here? You know what? I wonder. Hold on. I didn't think about that. What was on my mind was, what if I had an iron door here? Oh, I know that won't work. Never mind, just kidding. I was thinking of if there are no green beans in the holding area. Howdy, potato, welcome back. If there are no green beans in the holding area, then I would want to step here on a pressure plate, keep the door open. But I realize if the pressure plate's on the outside, then once I walk in, I'd be trapped. That's not what I want. Pressure plate's on the inside. I can't get in to begin with. Oh well. Alright, so anyways, we'll head back to the power station and walk down one of the tunnels there. Yeah, 1.16 pre-release 2, I think. Pre-release 2, first version for 1.16 tomorrow. Alright, so the tunnel I need, I think it's this one. This should be the return signal. Yep, alright, cool. Except I don't have the cobblestone on me, oops. I only have the repeaters. I guess if I dig out where they're supposed to be, that'll give me some cobblestone as long as I'm using fortune. Alright, so we go to here. Repeater block. which means I have to dig all 3 of these. No 1.16 snapshots are being considered for the series. And I think my mouse might have just died. Let me plug that in real fast. There we go. And here, we'll swap out to Fortune in case I need it. Guess I dig into the water tube down here. Why did they give netherite ground tillers? Was it because Mojang thought it was a not useful item? Because why would you want it made out of netherite or something? Or how far does this go? I guess if I can use either staircase, then I'll just... Oh, wait, hold on. I'd have to put it here. Well, there we go. Now the return signal works. Let's head up and verify that it does. Except, I kind of want to know, why is this off? Oh, I see. I am supposed to invert the signal at the very end here. So let me head over. Was giant mushroom spawning on the roof 1.16 or 1.18? It very well could be 1.16. So I would just need torch block. There's one 1.16 snapshot I thought about using because it had lava lakes that generated on the surface of the nether. And primarily I was looking into it because those lava lakes generated with stone. That's a way to get naturally generated stone in the nether using that one or two snapshots. That was quickly fixed. But equally, in the same snapshot, those lakes could also generate on the surface, on the very top bedrock roof. So that way you can have access points. Oh, that was 1.13? Ah, I did already miss that. Well, either way, I was considering that snapshot at one point, but I do remember that bug. That's a very long delay. Power out, power received. No power out, no power received. Alright, cool. Lights work. I could always use more bedrock holes in the nether roof, because right now, I'm not going to get any until 1.18. No, I should say pre-1.18. We'll get there when we do. Alright, so I need to go find more redstone, but at least now that I finish this up, we can cross it off the to-do list. The first bug I used to get on the roof was seeds being able to destroy any block when planted. The next one was 11W49A with creative. Then there was growing trees around 1.7 and early 1.8, the dark oak trees. And then I missed my opportunity for the lava lakes. Let's move that back to the right, slide that up. All right, away we go. So let's cross record farm off the to-do list and see what else is on there. Because the bounce castle is still in progress, but that's because I ran out of slime blocks. And I still need a lot more honey for that. Water in the nether I'm no longer going for because I already built my entire water park. That was rather fun. That was a little fun. It was frustrating. But I did it, and now it's over. So I'll take one for you and one for you. Toss the red dust and we'll start heading over. I'll turn those in blocks later. There's no glowstone in the walls. Do I use glowstone for lighting? I thought I used torches. It's made out of dirt. Dirt with cobblestone. The wall surrounding the water park is nether portal frames and cobblestone. And glass panes. Oh, I needed food. Hold up. I didn't care enough about making an inverted portal. I wanted to focus on the water park. Do I need torches? We'll see what sort of resources I have at the 1.1 outpost. And I think I'm all set for the adventure. Howdy, Koski, welcome back. The primary reason why I built the water park was to get rid of the last of my water blocks before losing them, and to get rid of the portal blocks as well. So that way I was able to get rid of both of them in one structure. Oh wait, no, hold on, you're going up. What's the model kit of? I haven't done a model in years. There was a time I really wanted to get the, I can't remember what they were. It's like, no, never mind. I was thinking of a different set. There were Evangelion models that have been coming out over the past several years or so for the rebuild films. I never did acquire them since they were about 50 or 60 each. I've seen most of the Universal Century timeline. And yes, I have played 2 of the PS2 games, both in regards to the original series, I believe. How many other things, Potato, that you know for sure get removed? Specific items, I should say. Specific items that get removed in 1.20.5. The RX-78-2. When was the release of this one? Because being as popular as it is, there's numerous releases over the years. Hello, howdy to you as well. You know what? I think I have negative durability on that one golden ground tiller that I've gotten, or I should say that I got way back in Indev. If I'm correct, it's still sitting in the chest in my 130 world, next to the farm I had back then. I should probably check in on that wheat farm. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to cross off Record Farm off the list. I got vaccinated for what? We're at 4,500. Monolith, beta 1.2. We should be hitting the beta 1.8 area soon. Didn't they fix at some point tools with 0 uses left? And they set it so that it breaks at 0. Or sorry, that it breaks after 1 and not after 0. Yeah, I don't know how you get vaccinated against ticks either. Wait, beta 1.8, beta 1.9. I think this is 1.1. I hope. The durability number, I don't know how it's handled. But for a very, very long time, durability would go down to 0, then it would break. And then at some point, Mojang said, no, we're not going to do that anymore. So now it goes down to 1, and then it breaks. Oh, I see. I understand now. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I hope I counted my portals correctly. I don't know what the value is. I'd have to look at it again. If you remind me when I'm back home, which may or may not be later today. Alright, cool. 1.1. We're looking for... How much wood do we have? Are there any trees out there I could chop real fast? There are some. I want to go tree chopping because I use more wood for other stuff. Yeah, trying to use a tool with negative durability will break instantly upon that use. Alright, where do I keep the wheat? Alright, well, let's go mining. Question is, where do I have caves that are good to mine in? Did I have any caves connected to here? Man, it feels so long since I last dug this out. Well, I guess that's because it was. We'll just head down here, I suppose. Hopefully I find caves I haven't explored yet, but I don't know. I don't need iron. I should just focus on redstone. I have to get down there first. You would have to get tools to remove, or I should say, you would have to make a tool increase its damage value not within standard ways by using it. Because the durability you see in the game is the hard set value of uses minus the damage value, which is a positive number. I feel like this cave is not good. Oh, hold up. No way, how long has this dungeon been here? I got a bunch of buckets and some saddles. I'll take it, I guess. Huh, I never explored this area. Oh, well, that's the end. Or is it? When was the second time he voiced an eccentric scientist? Alright, well, I think I'll go find somewhere else to look for a cave, presumably, since I've already been here. Still have not seen Gravity Falls. That series ended a while ago, right? Night time's approaching, we'll catch some Z's, reset the weather timer. If it ended in 2016, when did it start? Because for some reason I thought it only started in 2012 or so. But it might be older than I'm thinking. 12 to 16, it only ran for 4 years. Well, 5, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It only had 2 seasons. For some reason, I thought it was longer than that. Alright, well, sun's going down. Yeah, so I sleep that way as the Zella moon rises. The terrain I'm currently in is somewhere around 11W49A and 1.1. Because at some point, you can find a very subtle hill that has a chunk border, and that's the separation between 11W49A and 1.1. Can't remember what it is, or I should say where it is. Might be off in that direction. Yeah, let's see. Can we find any caves around here? It is very clear ice. I wanted to make it even more clear. Oh, here's another cave. Hello, hi, howdy. Dark Series 2, welcome to the stream. Alright, here's a cave. Question is, does it get low enough? The blue ore that spawns in classic worlds? Is this a trick question? And I'm not sure what you're referring to. Unless you're referring to the chunks that have been repopulated in instead of 327. Alright, I feel like this cave might not go low enough. But we'll see. I feel like water is the only blue thing in classic. You see diamond ore in your classic worlds, but you can't mine them because it's classic. I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you looking at a classic world inside classic? Within the game itself? And I think that might be it for this cave already. Sad times. Oh, but wait, there's more. I should keep saying that. Aha! Hooray for the old caves. Oopsies, that was a block update. Hello. Ow. I didn't think it would go boom. I thought he would have fallen down here, and then that would have been that. I was mistaken. Hello. Well, I'm finding bad guys. Hopefully that means I'm getting low enough to find some redstone. Ow. Where are you all coming from? Is that a helmet? No, I think it's just iron. Can zombies even drop iron helmets? Or would they only drop an iron helmet if they were wearing one? I want to say it's swords, shovels, and iron bars that they drop. Whoop. Where are the bad guys coming from? That's a zombie villager. Hello. Whoop. For some reason, I thought they could only drop, or I thought swords and shovels were part of their natural drops. Oop. I might have to look at their list again. There's gold, so that means we're at least 35. Whoop. Oh, lava. This is now 11. This is what I wanted, except there's no cave. It was changed in 1.4. Ah, sad times. Well, kind of. I really didn't know what to do with them. They kind of just collected. Well, that's not true. If I was early on in a world, then they could be useful. But at some point, once I get diamond tools. However, though, I was not doing a lot of enchanting. I should say I prefer not to do a lot of enchanting in 1.2 and 3 if I have the opportunity to avoid it. Because I prefer 1.4.6 enchanting with the books and well, the anvils were 1.4, but the enchanted books were useful. Back then, there were much less books than, or I should say, much less enchantments than what there are nowadays, which meant you were more likely to get the good stuff. Yeah, I don't know what blue ore you're talking about. Did you just see something in the distance? Because you did not answer me in terms of where you were seeing it. And this cave had the verticality, but did not have any horizontal movement down here. Aha! I see it. I should say I see some. Some nauticals being released on mobile. The performance is good enough. Alright, let me bring over... You know what? No, I'll be smart. We're going to use Silk Touch. Never mind, I don't want to do that. If you were seeing gold and thought it was blue, I'm going to have to remind you of that time on the internet. There's a picture going around of a dress, and the question was, is it black and blue or gold and yellow? I remember when it was going around in school. I want to say that that was the later years of my high school. And I don't have any wood to make more torches. I was kind of hoping I'd find a mine shaft, but I feel like that's not going to happen. I finally found a good cave right as I run out of torches. Let me pick all this up real fast, and then we'll probably just head up, chop down trees, and go from there. We're finally going to have good games on mobile. We had Pocket Edition, Minecraft Pocket Edition back in the day. That worked well for what it was supposed to be. Even if it was half the feature set of Java Edition at that time. That's not true. It is indeed dead, but we get the opportunity to always go back and play it. I never saw or heard Yanni versus Laurel out in the real world. I only ever saw it online. Alright, let's see if I can find the way out of here efficiently and get back to where I was. Alright, well, I found the exit. Sun's going down, we'll catch some Z's, reset the weather timer as the Zella Moon rises. So the Zella Moon has not yet risen. We'll chop down some trees first. And a doink. Oh, wait, I wonder. Nope, I did not mine any coal. Good job, me in the past. Alright, well, let's go ahead back to whatchamacalled. We'll go ahead back to the outpost, which I might have forgotten where it is. If this is the mountain that I think it is, then the direction we have to go is about that way. Maybe this was it. This was the chunk border I was questioning. Doesn't this just look a little odd? How the lake is cut in half. This mountain was cut in half. Well, anyways, not important. Oh, I think it was here as well. So I'm telling you, this just feels like the area where there's very subtle. That wasn't it. This wasn't it either. Very subtle chunk borders. Unless that's the great big wall I was thinking of before. Oh, definitely. There we go. You could even see it some more over there and there. Anyways, not important. We'll head back to the outpost and go from there. I guess this is the Great Wall of 1.1. I'm not going to remember that, though. I just remember there, long time ago, there being a chunk border from 11W49A and 1.1. That's why I crossed them off as two different terrain generators on my terrain generator list. Because I had to go back and count, because a long time ago I lost track just how many different terrains I had on this world. Or I should say types of terrain. Alright, so let's toss. That's blocks. This is items. I don't know what was in there. I have no idea what the singular chest was used for. Probably one dedicated item. You know what I could do? I could use that for items I want to take back with me. I'll need to verify, because I want to whip out MC Edit. Is thinking back, because I would like the absolute confirmation. So I'd like to go back and verify, and to do so, I would use one world in 14W49A. 11W, not 14. Generate that, load up all the area around spawn, save and quit, then use the exact same seed and try again. Oh yeah, we're taking the red dust back. Because I want to say there was undocumented change. Unless I'm crazy and that terrain is from 1.0 to 1.1. That's a possibility. Or what I need is coal. And I have 1143. Good job, me of the past. I'll just take all these. Boop. There we go, 2 stacks. Alright, well, let's go back down. Maybe that's the chunk border straight ahead. The reason why you could see it from here and not before is because way back in the day, you can only see up to 12 chunks. I'm currently playing at 16, I believe. But yeah, the whole area from there off to the right. I'd have to examine it using... No, I would need it to have examined it in MC Edit, because MCA Selector would not show chunk borders very well. Well, let's go try to find that cave I was last in. I think it was this one. I've known about that classic bug for a very long while. Minecraft does a collision check for if there's something solid, and if it does, that's when it wants you to try to jump out of the water. To this day, you still have the similar effect. The reason why I remember this is because anytime you're swimming and there's a solid anything in front of you, you will try to jump out. The thing in Classic and InDev is that at that time you had the world border count as solid. I want to say I made mention of this not too long ago. I was stuck in a pool and I had this tall wall in front of me. So to this day, I'm pretty sure it still hasn't been verified, even though you can't jump out of the water because it's greater than 2 blocks, or greater than the 1 block. I was just trying to scroll through torches and I realized I don't have any. There we go. What are the pillars made out of? Because I don't remember what the pillars were. I didn't do much research into the Infinity versions afterward. Are they obsidian like the pillars you find in the end? Gravel here, gravel there, gravel everywhere. I just want the coal. There might be a day. It wouldn't be tied to anything. It would be just its own little thing. But there might be a day where I have a dedicated mini-series where I'd go through each of the April Fool's versions, different worlds for compatibility. That way I could thoroughly take some time going through all of them. Maybe 2 or 3 episodes each April Fool's version. Minecraft Fool's Quest. If you remind me if I ever get around to it. There's still other series that take priority. Sorry, Torch, didn't mean to wash you away. I've done a little more research into figuring out slice of pie. What it's going, or I should say, if I don't record using my physical Pi, what it's going to come down to is I'll be using a lot of old software and whatnot trying to get it going. We shall see. Because for Minecraft Pi, it was based on the old Raspbian version of the operating system. Nowadays, you've got the brand new Raspberry OS. I think that's what it's called. Slice of pie is when I get there. Alright, I feel like I've been down here plenty before, but at least with all this coal I'll be able to make more torches. In fact, this coal can also be plopped into the furnaces. Here's darkness. Oh, a lot more than darkness. Ow, didn't think I would be close enough. There's a lot of zombies in this cave. I don't know where they're all coming from. Wonder if there's a spawner. Probably not. Hello. Very well could just be they can't spawn on the surface, and this is the only good cave around here. And huzzah! Buddy, where did you come from? I wonder if I can just walk away. Mine shaft, hello. I don't think I'm low enough. Yeah, we're at gold level, not redstone level. Ow. There's another iron. Oh, hello? Dungeon. Here's a zombie dungeon, but I don't think this is the zombie dungeon I was thinking of. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to dig up all the mossy cobble from the other one. We should do that real fast. Before I forget. This also means I'll need to remember to dig up all of the mossy cobble from the previous dungeon. Thankfully, that cave was right next door to the outpost. So it should be a quick find again. I know I totally don't have to do this anymore because it's craftable, but I still prefer the novelty. That's a carrot. These carrots are taking up inventory space. Alright, what's complete stacks? I probably won't find a dungeon again. Where you going, buddy? Oop, this looks like a great place. Finally, a good cave system. Let's see if I can... Oh, wait, hold on, I have an idea. Let me just whip this out real fast. We're going to be smart about this. Alright, let me swim up here real fast. Hopefully. Okay, maybe not that fast. Oops. Alright, down we go. I see a torch over there on the floor. I wonder if that's where I was earlier. And now we can make this place safe. Once the water goes away. Alright, where was I? I think it was here. There it is. Oop. Peekaboo, I see you. Oh! Look! Blue carbon. That got real dark real fast. And why is this water still here? Has it not gone away yet? Because I thought I got rid of it. Oh, there's more. Oops. And boop. I just had flashbacks to an old world. Probably a Tega world from 1.4. And I got flashbacks to one of the worlds on there. And I remember mining in a ravine, trying to find the ores to make the rocket ship, because Galacticraft was included on there. Let's get rid of all this real fast. Anyways, I just remember there being the ravine and mining in the darkness with void fog and the very short render distance. But I remember clearing up the lava at the bottom and putting torches down because all the darkness after the lava was turned to obsidian. That's not a bug. Notch wanted music relative to the world. Hello. Or have it take place in world space. You wanted localized music, which is why we didn't get music all the way until Alpha 1.0.14 after we passed in dev, because Notch didn't get localized music anymore. So that's not bug, that is Notch intentional. I don't even know how you can have that as a bug in the first place, because you would play music locally and just ignore any sort of world space conditions. It takes more math trying to get music to play in world space and not just straight to the output device. Go away. Thank you, lava, for not taking forever to disappear like you used to. I wonder how that was able to... You know, that's not true. Never mind. I can understand it being a bug for quite a while. Like, sprinting upstairs was a problem. That took several versions to be fixed. I can understand I can understand lava taking forever to go away. Just being, well, it's not a high priority. When did you start working on the model? Did you start working on it before the stream started? I see more red dust. Started working yesterday. Didn't have the time for one sitting, or were there certain things that needed to be completed first? Like glue needed to dry. I feel like most of those, I don't remember glue being a requirement. So it's a time-based thing. I can understand. Having them simple and mostly just snap on in is a type of model I would probably first get into. I know you'd have to cut out all the pieces from the grid itself, though. Come on, where's the redstone at? Diamonds, I'm not looking for you. Have you worked on Gundam models before, or is this your first one? For the next while, I don't plan on dropping the funds on model kits, as I have other stuff that has higher priority. Nope, there's more redstone. Peekaboo, I see you. And you see me too. Man, this is so nice. Other than all the darkness. I can understand picking it up while you were there. I don't know how people can get used to playing Minecraft without view bobbing. It's so weird in any video game for me to just float around. I've never liked that. And that's one thing that makes me sad about BioShock Infinite. 1 and 2 has a nice sturdy view bob. And then Infinite is like not there. Unless you're sprinting or the transition to and from crouching. Sad times, sad times. Sounds like you got a lot of good stuff while you were there. Am I running out of cave again? Okay, if there's lava, that means I'm still right about low enough. How frequently does it occur? And just like that, we'll need to start picking up some more coal. As I nom nom nom. Biannually is not that bad. Trying to think what the last convention I went to. Truth be told, it was probably E3 in 2018. It might have also been Mindfair in 2018. By the way, I last went 2018. 2019 rolled around and I didn't do much. And then 2020 hit and everything shut down. And then I just haven't really gone back to anything since then. And there's some more gold. Maybe I will just start working on the next thing, or start preparing for my nether stuff. Because I'll need to start figuring out, or I should say, I'll need to start gathering materials in preparation for the netherite. I guess all I really plan on doing is grabbing a bunch of my TNT. Thank you, Windev, because I don't remember how much I have, but I have several shulker boxes. Let me just try to explore around here some more. I feel like up is not where I want to go. Oh, past another stack of coal. Maybe I'll keep going. I'll keep going mining until I run out of the next stack of torches. And this might be a good area. This feels totally different than where it was before. That's one thing about caves from beta 1.8 to 1.6, is they get tangled in with each other quite frequently. That very well could be a coincidence, using the same hotkey. It very well could also just be, this is the key we've already assigned to different functions before. So this is the function we're going to assign now. Because if it's a Mojang hotkey, a Mojang debug hotkey, I feel like this is what they normally use to test stuff. Sometimes I wonder if creative mode was added in the adventure update because Mojang needed a better tool set for testing out new features. Because being only in survival meant you had to give yourself the item somehow. Of course, if they had commands, then that would be a way to do stuff. There we go. In fact, I wonder, is it bedtime? Let's find out. So if the Zella moon rises in the east, nope. Hello. Goodbye. I still think Notch was not very intuitive with his buttons to begin with. I for inventory, B for build menu. Sure, that makes sense, but like, why wasn't pick block P? Why was it the middle mouse click? Oh well. Way back when I first started playing Minecraft on the laptop, I did use I for inventory, and that's because I used the arrow keys to walk around, and I turned the camera using the touchpad using my left hand. And then time passed, and I got a proper mouse and keyboard, and so I switched to what most people use, using a regular QWERTY keyboard. And I wonder if I'm already running out of good space to find redstone. Red dust anywhere? I'm looking for you. My inventory is full. Let me grab the shulker box. Let's toss all this in here. Well, that was super effective. Now I can keep mining again for a while. I'll probably stop mining coal though. But yeah, I have seen so many zombies and green beans. Yet, I don't know how many skelebums I've seen down here. I've seen a few spiders though. It feels like they have been the primary enemy of this mining trip. Oh, As soon as I say that, I find a couple. Oh, I find 3. Oh, I wonder. Think any of them will hit the green beans? Probably not. Ow. I'm okay, says Captain Man. Of which I have more Danger Force and the Henry Danger movie I need to watch. Oh, ravine. Not a ravine. I don't know why I said that. Dungeon. Dungeon here in the mine shaft. Alright, let's check the goods. Cocoa beans. Potato, if you're still here, what were the versions that cocoa beans generated in dungeons again? Because I've forgotten. To release 1.5, removed in 1.6. Interesting. Definitely in 1.1-ish terrain. I don't remember the history of the YouTube progress bar. That's not something I would have committed to memory. When was it blue? I remember it being blue on mobile, but that's just because the progress bar on mobile was blue. Most of my time that I've actually have conscious memory for desktop was it being red. And then they added the gradient recently. I still prefer the flat color over the gradient. Boop. I don't know where that belongs, I'll just set it there. Wow, you can totally tell this is an old place because I found a mineshaft chest, not a mineshaft minecart with chest. And just like that, my inventory's full again. Let me scan the area real fast. There's another chest. I haven't wandered too far from the 1.1 outpost, so I'm not surprised that this is what I'm finding. Alright, let's see just how much I can stuff in here. Alright, well, this one's just about full. Oh wait, hold up. Iron as well. I would probably have to see the orange progress bar to know if I remember it. Another way to at least look at the old layouts was from, I should say, is by using the Wayback Machine. But if the video itself was archived, they're gonna use the player, the regular built-in player that Wayback uses. I wonder why there is stone that likes to generate right here. Many times, there's a little bit of the stone that likes generating near the ceiling. And I don't know if that's just the way mine shafts work. Howdy, howdy, welcome back. Banana. Bananas are yellow. Unless you're Ian and you think that you're seeing a blue banana. That's a drop. How about we build a staircase? This way, I have the ability to climb out of here when I'm done. At some point, this gold will be useful. Except the gold I have on me is not at all going to be useful because I'm just going to leave it here at the outpost once we're back up to the surface. And how about we finish this up? Alright, there we go. Now we can move forward. Is this another brand new cave area? This is great. The reason why you can acquire so many more ores in InDev compared to mid-InfDev and later is because of how small the world is. It's possible to spend so much time on an InDev world that you completely run out of ores. If you turn all those into tools and armor, you run out of tools and armor, and eventually you'll have to go back to the Stone Age because you would have spent all your iron, all your gold, all your diamonds. I saw a flash and thought that was a chunk border. That the chunk just decided to stop rendering again, but I think it was just a bat flying in front of my face. At that point, you start a new world, or just keep living with stone tools. I don't know how many people... You know, that's not true. If you have the patience to mine every single ore in an InDev world, you will have the patience to stick to stone tools for the rest of the time on there. Think about it. You would hold on to a diamond pickaxe and treat it like an ancient relic of the past that can never be replaced. You may run out of cobblestone eventually. When do cobblestone generators start working? I had to think about that, because there's no buckets, which means you'd have to do something based on the natural liquids you find. Nope, even that will run out, because the way flowing liquids work. You can get infinite water or lava because of the edge of the world. I feel like, though, there's a way to use the lava at the bottom of the world, though. If you get water flowing in from the outer edge, and see if you could do anything with the lava at the bottom of the InDev world. But I don't know if that would give you any blocks that you were able to interact with. Well, anyways, you could get wood. Wood was renewable. Oh, we're at the bottom of the ocean. Want to find out where we are? Because I kind of do. Oh, it's just a lake. There's a drowned. Hello. Oh, we're underneath ice. Oops. Hold on. Let's be smart about this. I'm not surprised they used to have the same stepping noises. It's because you're used to modern. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, Minecraft sounds were limited. We're gonna set that there real fast. Oh wait, the sun's coming up, not going down. Well, either way, we're gonna build this up. I don't know if this is gonna have any purpose for me in the future, but I might as well see where I am. There's a sheep up there. There's a sheep on the little strip of land. So it looks like we're right in the middle of the cliffs we were looking at. I think over on that side is where we entered. There's a forest I see. Alright, well, let's head back down. I thought there was a specific website where Notch picked up most of his sounds that I can't remember. I'm sure people have made history videos on this stuff. Excuse me, Mr. Drowned. I'm doing stuff here. Alright, so that ice, as long as the chunks are loaded, are gonna keep getting rid of the stuff. And then look, mine shaft. Oh, this is nice. It's another vertical drop. I need this. There's blue carbon, and is that a chunk border? No, it's not. Just looked like a flat wall there. Oh well. Oop. Yeah, let's be smart about this. I kind of like the old glass sound. I think that was used for something else as well, but I can't remember. I also kind of like the old plank sounds as well. Or the old wood sounds, I should say. Both of those types of sounds end up going unused afterward. Alright, well, we're back here. Maybe we'll head back up to the surface, try finding another cave entrance. Unless... Nah. Oh well. I had hope. I no longer have hope. Oh, you know what? I bet my phone's done charging. Do 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 do. Alright, away we go. Oh, there's more. The fence post to stone walls is how mineshafts generate after beta 1.8. Beta 1.8.1. And every version afterward has had mineshafts mostly the same, ignoring bugs. Howdy Ryan, welcome back. Alright, I'm definitely not low enough. Away we go. Maybe I'll head back home and see how much... Oop. I'll head back home and see how much we have. Step 1. You are out and about with children of this day and age. This is where your first mistake happened. Oop, I'll take that, thank you. Oh, there's that one missing chunk again. Oh wait, does that mean I'm at the edge of the Sky Islands? I went the wrong way. But that's okay, because if I'm correct... I've been here before, because I broke that leaf block. Whenever I hear Sigma, I can't not think about the Greek letter. Yeah, there's the chunk I forgot to get rid of when I was cleaning up the area. Oh well. Alright, well, we made it back to the Sky Islands. Everything's working again. Yay. You're the opposite because of the people you've grown up with. I wanna say Bioshock 2 was Subject Delta, and Minerva's Den was Subject Sigma. And then the other Alpha series you would find throughout. And then Subject Omega was at the end of Bioshock 2. I should say I started a new playthrough of Infinite on my Switch not too long ago. I kind of wanted to go back and play 1 and 2 again, but I'm still in the middle of Infinite. Which means after Infinite, I'll have to get through the Burial at Sea episodes. I don't have to, but this is the way I think. Alright, if I'm at a stack and 12 torches, and we have about an hour and 40 left of the day, we'll probably head back with the redstone we have, and hope we don't have to use it up for anything else. Andrew Tate is still talked about these days. Alright, so block, block, block. We're taking everything in here back with us. Alright, so for the coal, I'll probably start putting in the furnaces here first. 7 buckets, plus my 1 water bucket. I found quite a lot down there. Oi. Of course, we're taking back all the stone that has been cobbled. I should say the stone that has been mossy. Been mossified? I don't know if mossified is a word. I'm going to use it as if it is. In fact, I'll even leave the carrots here. Oh wait, hold on, I have seeds. Why don't I plant these seeds at the farm that still isn't finished 3 years later? Alright, so that box is empty, that one's empty. I'll grab both of these. Move the bed where it belongs. Then we'll go from there. Hooray, all these furnaces are now nice and full. Cool, cool. So that way, I'll leave behind probably the stack in 16 and just take one of these stacks home with me. Take back all of that as well. I really did not find that much redstone. 3 stacks and 52. But I'm tired of mining. Because I just did 2 or 3 days of redstone mining not that long ago. I do not want another repeat. Early 2020s. Yeah, that's already been, I should say 2020 is already 5 years ago. Think back. 5 years previously, I remember people hoping that by the summer, the big C would kind of fade away because it would get too toasty. And so we were hoping it wouldn't survive. I also remember people saying to flatten the curve. I think that was about May as well. Alright, so now I can grab all of this. And then we can ride on back. No, maybe it came later. Because if I remember hearing it when I was at Amazon, it would have needed to have been later. Unless if I was hearing it earlier on in the year. I can't remember. I remember hearing of The West Has Fallen, but I can't remember what was included in all that. Time to go to knowyourmeme.com and see what it says. It has been a very useful source for me trying to find original images for stuff. Because the last time I was on there, just a few days ago, I think. No, maybe it was last week or the week before. I was looking for a picture. The picture caption is small train pulling big train. And I was like, hey, that's the 611. Big ol' 484 steam locomotive. Anyways, not important. And we are going the correct path, so let's keep a zooming. Do 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 do. I do not do rail fanning because I don't leave the house much. I watch videos of other people watching trains. Not all too much though. There was one I sat down and watched, I think while I was eating dinner last week as well. There's a video of things that go wrong at rail crossings or something like that. You know what that reminded me of? The video reminded me of way back in 2020 or so. No, it was 2022 because I remember it was during my Farlands journey. I remember watching a channel that had many idiots in cars compilations. And I remember sitting there while my computer was stepping. I remember sitting there and watching those videos on my other computer out in the other room. And oh boy, I remember that time. I never got through all of them. I want to say there was maybe 95 or so out at the time. I think I only got through 40 of them. I've not heard of Millennium Force. If I have, it doesn't stick around in my brain. Is that? Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. False alarm. I thought that was the end there. I did not know Stupid Orange. I remember Annoying Orange. I watched that many years ago. Here's the end. Yeah, I've not heard of Stupid Orange. I went from 30 to 33. Oh hey, I repaired my pickaxe. Alright, for the last half hour, I'll need to make sure to cross off on the to-do list what was I just working on with the lights? And the record farm, there we go. I need to get that off the bounty board. And hodoink. It's nighttime. Let's go sleep by the campfire. I wonder if I'll do anything with that gravel lake over there. Because I did something with this lake up here, and I'm rather happy with it. But I wonder if I'll do anything with that other lake. One day in the future, perhaps. You know, I wonder... Let me look at this real fast. If I got rid of that outcropping, and I pushed that backside in, and then lowered the center, I might be able to fit a boat in here. One boat I really, really liked, the best boat I've ever made in Minecraft, was the one I made on InfDev Plus in front of the monolith. That one brought me big joy, because I finally made a good one. Yay. Alright, well, let's start dumping all this, and then be sad at just how much I will not have, how much I will run out of redstone rather quickly next time around. The reason why we don't have a lot of boat stuff on here is because most of these old worlds are land. Oh, actual Minecraft boats? That's not a bad idea. I have my pig racing track, even though Iron Golems kind of took it over. But that's okay. We did it! We finally passed one double chest of mossy cobble. Hooray. And I'm probably going to move these up to the top now. Alright, so we need the saddles. Waterfall is going down, right, and not going up, because boats don't go up waterfalls anymore. There might be a way using bubble columns that go up instead of the ones that go down. I don't know if that works, though. If someone knows how 1.13 boat physics with bubble columns, please tell me. Because I know the regular bubble columns will shake the boat and then it drops. Hold on, let me clean this up real fast. Okay, I feel better. Do I still have... Hold on. Do I still have... Yep, right here. So it's fine going this way, but then I go this way. I still have lag spikes crossing chunk borders. This did not happen in 1.14. I don't know what they did, but they definitely done goof something. If you're talking about the wind charges from 1 point something, the trial chambers and the breeze, presumably those will make boats go up if hit correctly, since I would expect it to affect any entity. I still haven't touched those because I haven't played versions modern enough where they exist. I have one creative world on 1.21.1. I haven't updated it yet, so we'll see. But that's not the same because it's a dedicated project. And I came back all the way over here with some chests because I needed a place to plop these down. When you say plasticky, are you referring to their look? And oh, hey, wait a minute. I did not make this within 2 blocks. I'd have to look at them again to know what their final appearance is. The last time I saw a trial chamber was on Bedrock of... I want to say Phoenix SC showing trial chambers not generating correctly. But it very well also could have been IBX Toycat. And I can't remember who it was. Alright, while I'm here, hold on, let me grab the flowers first before entering. And there's still only... Hold on, are y'all ready? It's on Bedrock. It will not be included, and it's not that it didn't generate correctly, it's that it was generating right around chunk borders. That ended up being the final verdict. I'll take that, thank you. Woohoo, 6 blocks. 6 blocks out of many more to go. Well, anyways, we are currently at, I want to say last time I was at 6 bees, now I think I'm at 7, I think. 7 out of 12 bees. You know what, this tree has to go because I realize this one's short and I need to clean it up so that way it can be taller again. Oops. We'll set that there temporarily. Up, you see this? I'm currently holding furnace fuel. I don't remember Kurt J. Mack and his history saying bees. Howdy howdy, welcome to talking within the stream itself. No nest on that one, oh well. At least it's taller, that's the important part. So many people have been using the proper wiki. It has therefore driven down the popularity for the fandom popping up. Some of the older posts are stubborn though, and they still show up close to the top. For new content though, it's the new wiki. I haven't seen any of Kurt J. Mack's content in a while. I'm still waiting around for him to do the Flobathon. I want to say he was thinking June or July. I don't like searching within the wiki itself. I'd rather search on Google and then go to the link from there. I know there's a browser extension that would replace the fandom link within the search results with the, or I should say every time you go to the fandom link, it would direct you directly to the new wiki. I say new, but hasn't it been around for about 3 years now, or 2? I don't remember when it first was official. Yeah, I go to the wiki. I should say there are very few times I would ever search within the wiki itself. That's just not how I process information. Alright, so we have torches. Let me put away these slime balls. Let me grab some iron. We'll go around, repair more golems. And then we'll go to the bounty board. Cross stuff off there. Another reason for Google searches is if it's something related or something I would find more information on the discontinued features wiki. That would be another reason why I would prefer Google. And huzzah! Hopefully all my golem repairs have been reducing the amount of casualties we've been acquiring. But you know what I could do? I could update the map. Because I realized I haven't updated it in a while. Oops. Oh well, first things first, to the bounty board. If 20W07A deletes those villagers, does that bug get fixed shortly after? Oh, thank you for your service, golems. A lot of slime balls over here. Z as the moon rises, even though we can't see because there's a wall in the way. 3 days to work on the model kit doesn't sound like too much time spent. I should say the total time overall. The amount of real life time passes between starting and completion. Did I not put record farm on here? Maybe it's a really old item. The supermarket, I'm just about done with the Zelenako. I still have to do the shelves, but that requires a lot of wood. Did I never put... Okay, so yeah, this wall is all completed, but did I never write down record farm? Was that really just floating around in my brain for forever? So this is the trees, flowers, and torches. This one is entirely completed. This one has the supermarket, military base. I don't know when I'll get to that. And the observatory. And the rad facility. I don't know when I'll get to that either. Then over here, both of those are on hold. Everything here is already completed. I never wrote down record farm. I never added record farm to the bounty board. Well, I'm not just going to add it because I've already done it. For some reason, I really thought it was on here. Turns out I was mistaken. Oop. Well, that's rather interesting, I'd say. Alright, so with all that taken care of, and my golem's in much better conditions now. So let's see, how much space did I work? How much space did I use up? How about I grab some dirt? There could be a lot. I have no idea what you're talking about, the Shroomlight stuff. Are you just going through the snapshots and that's why you brought up villagers getting deleted? Because I couldn't figure out what connection that had to any ongoing conversation. Alright, let me grab... Well, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll just grab dirt from over there. About 15 minutes, and hopefully it doesn't take too long to get through all of this. Thank you for your service, golems. Alright, so we'll start maybe around here or so. Alright, so if I'm starting from the top, I know it's within... Oh wait, I went too high up. Oopsies. Because I realized it's not at the world's way up there. It's right beneath. In fact, I wonder if I can do this. Moral of the story. Grabbed a lot of dirt, and I didn't need to. Alright, so we are looking at... That's not chunk border. Or that is, and I don't want. So we're looking at 1, 2, and 3. Minty, welcome back to the stream. Your favorite YouTuber is indeed streaming. Alright, away we go. In fact, here, how about 1, 2, 3. We'll start with all 6 of these, because preferably I'd rather not go back and do it again. I feel like I know what bug you're talking about, I just don't know when it would have occurred. You know what you can do though? You could try looking online, seeing if there are other sources that reported the bug, or other places like Reddit where they would have talked about the bug. Reddit was where I found out about the lava lakes that generated on the roof with the stone during 1.13. I'm really hoping that everything fits. Oh, there it is. I'm seeing it. We will start going left. Howdy, Mazov, welcome back. I have found... Well, first I found 3 bees. 1 nest with 3 bees. And then I've done some breeding, so now we're currently at 7, I think. I hope. Do slime blocks not show up on here? I guess they do, they just show up as the regular green as grass. Maybe. I don't know, I don't feel like moving them around to verify. Yeah, I'm currently at 7 bees, I think. And I can currently have up to 9 in my little holding area for them. More than 9 and I'll need to put down more beehives. Alright, so let's update this last map. Alright, coolio. A little farther in case there's anything over here I did. In fact, I want to say I flattened the area past this. I might need to get the wall. Should have done 4 maps. I'll do that after. Alright, well, with that all taken care of, let's head over here and update these next. I don't plan on having the... If you're talking about recommending the version for me to use, I don't plan on using any of these. Well, there's the whole power system coming into view. The only problem that occurs is that the giant fungus grows on the nether roof, right? Because if that's all, that is not worthy of inclusion. In addition to, I've already solidified my version planning through 1.17. Alright, well, that's all taken care of. Alright, back we go. You know, I really am considering an ice highway somewhere around here, because I do travel along this path much more frequently than I thought. I feel like I've asked before, and you've told me, but why was it Crimson Nylium? No, Warp Nylium, and not Crimson. Because I feel like I remember you saying before, and I can't remember why. Okay, so it was because the piglins only gave the one and not the other. Alright. That was that's the answer I was trying to receive. I feel like I haven't seen too many. I guess they'll show up around. I wonder if there's some sort of natural deterrent for the raids, for the raid lookout people. I can never remember what they're called. The search parties, I keep calling them. In fact, while we're here, I want to just grab this one as well. I will. Sun's going down, we'll reset the weather timer, then we'll do the last two maps here. Because I looked and I realized, yeah, I definitely worked on that area. Needs to be cleaned up. And there probably won't be much else for today. I'll start preparing for the next activity. Not the ice highway. That's gonna have to wait. Walking on the corner of lava damages you? I would need to know what scenario. Hold on, let me whip out Notepad. I have to do this now. I have to write void hole in big letters and have it block half my screen on the right monitor. That way I keep in mind that I have to fix or at least cover up that hole I keep walking past. I would probably need to see in what scenario the bug occurs, and I'd probably understand what circumstance it's referring to. Oh wait, hold on. To the right. Away, says Mermaid Man. Oh, some of that dirt's turning to grass. RPP Kaboo Pixel indeed. You will not be forgotten on this world. I didn't realize you remembered Peekaboo Pixel. Were you here for part 1? Have you really been watching that long? Just got back into the last 5 minutes of today or so. A little more than that. Wanted to update the map since I have all this stuff going on now. I'm looking at the map on the left. This one, and oh boy, you can see that's a very large rectangle. Very large rectangle. What do you mean you don't see dual-wielded maps often? I use this all the time when I'm working on maps in 1.9 and later, because it's just so convenient to know where you were and where you're going, or where you are. Yeah, I'm over here, because I want to update the area real fast. Except all this might be too small to show up on the map. But the Zeleneko, that giant gray rectangle, that's the Zeleneko. So, oh boy, that's taking up a lot of space. Oh, in general, not on my channel. Why do people not use this feature, though? It's so nice because instead of walking around like this, I'd rather just walk around like this. Unless you're talking both hands being a map, in which case I only do this when I'm actively working. Or if I'm out of hotbar slots. You rewatched old episodes? I want to say there are at least two or three people who commented within the past few months saying that they were going to go through all the old episodes. That is true. Very few people work on or have worked on maps to such the extent that I have. Yeah, I could do something like this that way. Both hands are, or both maps are now even. Number 1 use of the offhand. Can't change my mind. Alright, so I needed... Boop, boop. There we go. So now it's all nice and updated. We have the big old Zelenico over there, and I wonder why that corner is a little bit different. Oh, that's where I have the room and stuff. Then you've got the bee farm, the bounce castle, the record farm. That's what that is. The record farm needs a pathway. Maybe I should grab gravel after I fix the void hole. Then you've got the dam with the dam control. You got the sapling, that the last sapling standing or something, whatever I called it, and then the whole power distribution station. Anyways, with all that taken care of, I will absolutely fix that void hole because I need to. That void hole has been around since no, it was, what world did I make that in? I think that's the 15A world. Either way, that void hole has been there since probably 15A or later. Between 15A and 23A. I remember making that staircase. Alright, so now I can get rid of that. So what I plan on doing is just grabbing some cobblestone. I don't need that much. And then I'll grab some fences as well. So I'm going to make it very blatantly obvious that there is a hole. And that hole should be avoided. Because I'd rather not fall down. I would most likely, as long as I can keep moving, I could most likely land on one of the stair blocks before reaching the bottom. I'd rather not test that theory, though. The sign. You said the sign. What about the sign? Because I saw the sign. Pretty sure I referenced that last week as well. Not important. We'll do nice 4 blocks. So yeah, however I did this, I didn't do a very good job because it's a 4x4 hole, but the staircase is 3x3. So it's it's offset. I had a 000 log in the end. The Ender Dragon, one of the Ender Dragons destroyed it. I do have a log still here in the overworld at 000. And I don't have a way to get on top of there. Oh wait, I have an idea. There we go, we'll just use cobblestone. At long last, I've now covered it. This is a structure that I can no longer miss, because I'm gonna see it. Because right here, you can't see the hole in the floor. You have to get right around here, then you could see the cobblestone. So by that point, I'm already, getting too close. So now, it is blatantly obvious that this is where my void hole is. One of them. I have several throughout the classic worlds. Not in dev, though, other than the ones that generated in the Sky Islands. At least I don't think I have any void holes in the in dev worlds. Anyways, let me grab gravel, what I'm trying to say, and then that'll be it for the day. Because I need to work on the gravel pathway for the whatchamacalled. The last thing I worked on. What did I just construct last time? How do I not remember? It was a busy weekend. Once I see it, I'll remember. Because I already did the bee farm. That was before. It had lights. Oh, the record farm. That's the last thing I did. The record farm needs a gravel pathway. In fact, let me also grab slabs. There you go. Alright, cool. So this is going to be for the pathway, but we're going to work on that next time. Because we've passed the 2-hour mark. So in fact, here, how about I just hold on to it? So yeah, if y'all have any final thoughts, say them now. Tomorrow is Wednesday, May 28th. Should be a regular Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday. And then we'll see how Saturday goes. Well, that is indeed all it for today. Thank you all for watching. Bye.